Take me out to California.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this channel. My name is Holly and I am a self-development coach, a speaker. I am a mom of two girls, a former TV actress, and on this channel I largely talk about self-development, positive mindset, mental health stuff. I also share things about being a mom, about the challenges that has within it, and also share some vlog type family stuff as well. If you like this video, then please do subscribe to the channel. It means a great deal that you guys click the subscribe button. Drop me a comment below, give me a thumb, click the notification bell so that you get notified when I do videos. I largely do videos on a Wednesday evening and a Sunday evening at 7 p.m, so be ready for those. Today, as it is a fresh, brand new year, I wanted to share with you guys what I am going to be giving up in 2020. So every year we do think about things that we want to do in the year going forward. We consider the things that have happened in the previous year, or at least we try to, I think, and we hear people giving up loads of stuff. And last year I did a video on what I won't be giving up, and I stand by the things that I won't be giving up. I will drop the link to that video below or after this video so you can be reminded of what I won't be giving up. And there are lots of things I won't be giving up this year. However, there are a few things that I personally would like to give up, and I would like to hear what you guys may be giving up, or your goals, or your things that you want to do for the next year. So the first thing that I am going to give up this year is procrastinating. So all of us do it. We have an idea, we want to do it, and then we overthink it to the point where we don't do it, and I am sick of it. So I'm an overthinker. I think about things and I consider things and what does it mean? Is it what I really want? And all of this stuff, and it's great to be a thinky person. However, I have got into a little bit of procrastination. Now, those of you who follow me on social media may well say, yes, Holly, you did loads of stuff last year, which is true. And I'm not absolutely chastising myself. There are lots of good things that happened this year, but it's actually not so much from I guess a job perspective or a work perspective. It's more things around the house. So I start something and then my brain goes somewhere else and I end up doing something else, or I think about the ironing and then I don't do the ironing. It's actually, a lot of it is house stuff, and I need to once again get back into scheduling a lot more, which I have been at the end of the last year. So that is all very positive, but procrastination is the one that's got to go. And I tend to use the Mel Robbins technique, the 5-second rule. If you don't know about this or you haven't heard me talk about this, it's an amazing book, an amazing thought process, because it's so blooming simple. And all it is when you want to do something and you feel the desire to do it. So let's say in Mel's book she talks initially about getting up. So if you're someone that doesn't find it easy to get out of bed in the morning, you use the 5-second rule. So the alarm goes off, and instead of doing the snooze, why am I doing this so much? Like, I'm a little teapot. Don't know why I'm doing it, but I am. So I should probably do that in a second. You instead of hitting the snooze, as soon as you feel the desire to get up, or you know you need to get up, then you just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you move. You move on one. You can't sit there after that. And actually, once you start doing that and you have that thought in your mind, you almost feel guilty for not getting up, so you have to get up. And it's just really good practice. So when I feel the need to, I don't know, let's say I don't want to do the ironing, which I complain about a lot, or I don't want to put the bins out. I hate doing the bins. It's one of my worst jobs. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just get it done, because you'll feel better after it. So whatever it is that you need to get done and you are procrastinating about and doing everything but the thing, that's a really good tip for you. Number 2, and this is one I felt like I have slipped into a little bit this year. Not constant, you know, ins and outs, because I absolutely practice the stuff that I preach and talk about. But I still, as a person who aspires to be my best self all of the time, I can slip into being a little hard on myself. And I think we all do that, don't we? So I'm going to give that up this year, because I'm doing my best. And I am one human being, and I'm learning all of the time, and I'm just going to give up any kind of just being hard on myself for not always getting it right, for not always getting on top of the house, for not, you know, finishing things always. So yeah, I'm just going to be kinder to myself, because I know that I'm doing the best that I can. And I wouldn't say I'm the worst at this, but there have definitely been times this year when I've almost rushed. I guess in my head I've thought, I need to be doing this, I should, and I've felt I've slipped into the shoulda, woulda, couldas, which is nonsense. So I will be giving that up this year, and because it's just absolutely unnecessary. Number 3 on my list of things I will be giving up this year. Oh, this is a big one, and there might be a few of you guys out there who need to do the same. I am going to really give up as much sugar as possible. So I have spoken about this before, but I do have to remind myself to eat some of the time. It's not that it's not a purposeful thing, because I'm quite an active person. And when I'm into something, I'm very into it. It's very easy for me to override the feeling of hunger. So what I've actually started doing, which has been really helpful for me, and this might not be helpful for, depending on where you are, where your triggers are and things like that. But I've actually got an app on my phone. Now, a lot of people use these apps when they're dieting. But what I've been doing is using it as a target of to make sure I'm getting enough food every day, enough calories. It's not that it's ridiculous, but I recognize what I need for my weight and my height to maintain where I'm at, and it's helping me to recognize if I've had a bad eating day where I've been really busy and I've missed a meal, in which case I know, okay, so Holly, I've clocked it in, you haven't actually got enough calories in today because you did that exercise, or you went, you know, you did something, so you need to eat more. And it's just helped me to monitor what I'm eating. What it's also done though, because the app clocks up what you're eating and what's in it, not just the calorific content, it's also made me realize that I have too much salt and sugar. So often what would happen for me is, if I miss a meal, I'll grab a biscuit, grab a penguin biscuit normally, and love a penguin biscuit. I mean, I do love a penguin biscuit, and I'm not going to completely give stuff up. But what I really need to realize is that at 35, any age, but at 35 you get less of a let off with this stuff. So I'm just going to be more mindful. I don't want to rot my insides and look slim on the outside. That's not the one. I want to be healthy. So I'm going to make a really active, conscious choice this year to really concentrate on nutrition, and I'm really not horrendous, but I just want to make sure that I'm healthy and here and safe and around for my children. So that's an important one for me. What I say, number 3, so we're on number 4. Number 4, and this is a one I was gonna say, this is hilarious, how ironic is this? I was gonna say this is one I feel guilty about. So the reason I'm laughing is because number 4 is stop feeling guilty about everything. I mean, the irony in that is just hilarious. Stop feeling guilty about not getting everything done. Stop feeling guilty about not being a great mom in some way or form, or something I've concocted in my head. It's a terrible affliction, but I think many of us are guilty of it. And certainly as a parent, you are constantly trying to second guess whether you are messing your children up in a way that they are going to talk to a therapist about in the future, which is inevitable for me, no doubt about it. But you feel guilty all the time, you know, oh, I didn't do that thing, or they missed this thing, or I didn't send the letter in on time, I missed this, I forgot this. And I'm just going to give it up, because it's absolute nonsense to keep doing it, because as people, we are doing our best, and I go back to this more and more, and I'm just not going to feel guilty about life anymore. I'm not going to feel guilty about not always getting it right. It's pointless, and I urge you to do the same, because we really are just doing our very best, and that's all that we can do. And of course, strive to be your best, and that's where it comes from, I think, because I have high expectations for myself. And that's a good thing, largely. I want the best for my family. I want me to be being my best self and showing up as my best self. When there are times when I don't, or I'm just not feeling it and I'm on a go slow, it's very easy to slip into feeling bad about that. And I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Number 5 on my list is Oh, okay. So I'm not sure I'm totally, I mean, I'm fairly out there with stuff, but I'm giving up any modicum of I'm not going to hide my weird anymore. Okay. And when I say my weird, I just mean I'm just not going to at all like feel like I've got to fit in any way. There are lots of things I don't like from popular society. There are lots of things I don't understand. There are lots of rules that I don't abide by. And so I'm just now at a point where I'm like, if you don't like the things I do, the things I post, the things I speak about, the way I conduct myself, I'm not going to care anymore. I mean, I don't think I'm at the top end of caring anyway. I've never ever lived my life by the standard rules. But do you know what? And I think this is me being quite honest, but I think since my husband died and he was really weird, I think not having somebody there constantly to bounce your weird off, and which makes you feel less weird when you've got somebody else who's joining you in your like oddness. I think this is probably making me sound like I'm like trying to make out like I'm so quirky, but I just find that there are different ways that I live my life. It just doesn't necessarily fit the standards of most people's way of working, of living, and that kind of thing. And I'm not judging anybody else, I promise you I'm not. But what has happened since my husband died, I think, is I've second guessed myself, and because there's nobody to bounce that thought off, it goes back round, and I think, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. Is that the right thing to do? And you know, and we get into that spiral of thinking about, you know, overthinking basically. And so I think that this 2020 is the year that I give less of a fuck. Is what I'm going to say. I'm going to give less of a fuck about whether I fit in anywhere, because actually when we do that, we find that we fit in perfectly well in the spaces that we're supposed to fit in, and that it actually is a better thing. The more that you can be yourself, the more that you can push the extremes of your personality and who you are, then the better you will feel, in all honesty. So I will continue, because I'm not saying I was ever hiding a massive amount, but I will just make sure that in my everyday life that I don't hide my weird. It can be out there in all its glory, and I hope that you do too. So this is my things that I'm giving up, but I'd love to hear what you guys are giving up, and also what you're not giving up. You know, there's things that you're like, do you know what, society tells me I should give this up and I don't want to, so I'm not going to, and that's okay as well. I hope that this year is going to be an amazing year for you, and you really can make it an amazing year if you so choose. It is your decision, and this is your life, and we all need to learn to live it in a way that feels amazing for us, and that's not going to be amazing for everybody else, but it really doesn't matter because it's your life. And so I just like to say a happy new year to you all, and 2020 feels great. It's going to be an amazing year. I can just feel it. So let's go and make it amazing. Let's give up the things we don't need in our lives, let go of the people we don't need in our lives, move forward and make brave decisions. Peace out.
Take me out to California. Take me out.